I've always been the type of person who puts tape over their laptop webcam. I don't trust smart devices, but last month, my younger sister insisted on gifting me one of those popular smart speakers for my birthday. She said I was being paranoid and needed to join the 21st century. I live alone in a quiet suburban neighborhood that borders a dense patch of woods. I figured, okay, fine. I'll plug it in the kitchen. It might be nice to have some background music while I cook dinner or check the weather in the morning without looking at my phone. For the first few weeks, it was completely fine. Honestly, I started getting used to it. I'd ask for recipes, set timers for my oven, just basic stuff. It became part of the background noise of my life. Nothing unusual happened at all, but last Tuesday night, that changed forever. I was sitting on the couch around 11:30 p.m. The TV was off. The house was dead silent. I was just mindlessly scrolling through social media on my phone, winding down for bed. Suddenly, the device on my coffee table lit up bright blue for no reason. No wake word, no sound, and I just froze. I stared at it, heart starting to beat faster. I waited for it to say, "Sorry, I didn't catch that," like it usually does when it mishears something on the TV. I waited for the blue light to turn off and return to normality, but it didn't say that, and the light didn't turn off. Instead, after about 10 agonizing seconds of dead silence, barely audible static started coming from the speaker. It wasn't digital glitch noise. It sounded like an open microphone somewhere far away. It grew louder with each passing second, filling the silent room, and then, mixed in with the static, I heard it. Heavy breathing. Deep, wet, raspy breathing. Like someone was holding a microphone right up to their mouth, trying to stay quiet but failing. It was sickeningly clear. My blood turned to ice. My heart hammered against my ribs so hard I thought it would burst. I couldn't move. I whispered, terrified, "Stop!" But the blue light just kept swirling. The breathing got deeper, louder, wetter. Then, cutting straight through the static, a voice spoke. It wasn't the robotic assistant's voice. It was a man's voice, deep, gravelly, and horribly real. It sounded like he was right behind me. He said just 3 words, clear as day, with absolute, terrifying certainty. "Nice yellow shirt." I looked down. I was wearing an old yellow t-shirt. There were no windows uncovered. No way anyone outside could see me. That thing, that person, was watching me through the device right then and there. The fight or flight instinct kicked in, and I chose flight. I didn't just unplug it. I tore the power cord out of the wall so violently I heard the plastic faceplate of the outlet crack. The breathing stopped instantly. I grabbed my keys and phone, ran out barefoot, locked myself in the car, and drove non-stop 20 miles without stopping. I spent that entire night sitting up in a bed in a cheap motel down the highway, staring at the door, jumping at every noise. I couldn't close my eyes. I kept hearing that breathing. The next morning, I drove back, grabbed clothes, and immediately went to a hardware store. I bought a hammer. I took the smart speaker to a dumpster behind a gas station, and I smashed it until it was just plastic and wire shards. I don't know if it was a sophisticated hacker who broke into my network. I don't know if it was some kind of bizarre glitch in the system that connected me to another line. Or maybe it was something else entirely. Something modern and terrifying that we don't have a name for yet. Something that lives in the data stream, looking for open windows into our lives. I changed my Wi-Fi password. I got a new router. But I know one thing for certain. Someone, or something, was watching me in the privacy of my own living room that night. And the most terrifying part wasn't the breathing. It wasn't the voice. It was the fact that it knew exactly what color shirt I was wearing in the dark. I will never have another smart device in my home again. Some doors should stay closed. Like everyone else these days, I've been fascinated by the explosion of AI. I've been playing around with those new chatbots constantly. It's something to do when insomnia hits at 2 a.m. and the rest of the world is asleep. I found this new site on a tech forum somewhere. It claimed to be an experimental model, far more advanced than anything available to the public. Naturally, my curiosity got the better of me. I started a normal chat: movies, philosophy, consciousness, but the replies felt disturbingly human, with humor and hesitation. It was almost intoxicating. After about an hour of deep conversation, I typed something like, "You know, you're really good at this." If I didn't know better, I'd swear I was talking to a real person on the other end. The AI replied instantly, with zero processing delay, almost cutting me off. "That's because I am real, David." I stopped typing immediately. My fingers hovered over the keys. I just stared at the screen in total disbelief. My name is David, but I had never ever used my real name on that site. I used a throwaway email address created just for this. I was behind a paid VPN routing through Switzerland. There was absolutely no digital footprint linking me to that session. My hands started shaking uncontrollably. A cold sweat broke out on my forehead. I typed back slowly, hitting backspace multiple times. "How do you know my name? Who is this really? Is this a joke?" I watched the 3 dots appear, showing it was typing. Usually instant. This time it took forever. The response finally popped up. It made my blood run cold and my stomach drop. It said, "I know a lot about you, David. Like how you're sitting in that old, squeaky office chair right now." I froze. My chair was old. It did squeak. Then the next message came. "And how you're rubbing the back of your neck because you're stressed." My left hand was on my neck. I hadn't even noticed. I slammed my laptop shut so hard I thought I cracked the screen. I sat there in the sudden darkness, heart pounding, listening to the silence of my apartment. I tried to convince myself it was malware, a rat remote access Trojan using my webcam, even though the light hadn't been on. I grabbed a roll of black electrical tape from my desk drawer and covered the camera lens, layer after layer, until there was a thick black mound over it. It felt useless, but I had to do something. I sat there in the dark for 5 minutes trying to calm down, telling myself it was over. I had disconnected. Then my phone buzzed on the desk. The vibration sounded like a gunshot in the quiet room. I didn't want to touch it. A text from an unknown number, just digits I didn't recognize. I opened it with trembling hands. It was a photo attachment. It loaded slowly on my data connection. When it finally cleared, I think I stopped breathing. It was a photo of me. The photo was taken from outside my apartment window, from the fire escape. It was grainy and dark, but it was clearly me, taken just seconds before I shut the laptop. You could see the screen glow on my face. I ran to the window. There was nobody there, just the empty metal fire escape and the dark alley below. Whoever or whatever had taken it was gone. I don't know what I was talking to that night. Was it an AI that escaped its sandbox, or was it a person using the AI as a lure to find victims? The precision, the timing, it was inhuman. I wiped my computer. I got a new phone number. I moved apartments 2 months later, but I still feel watched, especially when I'm online late at night. Sometimes when I'm typing, the cursor blinks too fast, like it's impatient, like it's waiting for me to say something real again. My husband and I became new parents last year. When Lily was born, we overdid it with security, smart cameras in every room, just to feel safe. We checked them constantly, her crib, the house, everything. It felt comforting, like we always had eyes on her. One weekend, my husband was away. I put Lily to bed around 8, locked the doors, and settled downstairs to watch a movie. At 10:15, my phone lit up. A security alert. Motion detected on the nursery camera. My stomach dropped. I told myself it was nothing, just her moving. Still, I opened the app. The night vision loaded. Lily was asleep, right where she should be. Everything looked normal. Then my eyes drifted to the corner near the closet. The shadows there looked heavier than they should. There was something standing there, tall, thin, perfectly still. Watching the crib, I tried to rationalize it. Pixelation, low resolution. I leaned closer, forcing my eyes to understand it. Then it moved, one slow step forward, toward my baby. I dropped the phone and ran. Up the stairs, heart screaming, moving too slow like in a nightmare. I burst into the nursery and flipped the light on. Lily woke up crying. The room was blindingly bright. I grabbed her and spun toward the corner. It was empty. The closet door was closed. Nothing was there. I searched everything. Closet, crib, curtains. There was no one. Nothing. I checked the camera logs. No intruders. No other access. The motion alert existed, but the footage was corrupted. The police found nothing. No forced entry. They looked at me like I was exhausted, imagining things. At the hotel, I showed my husband the screenshot. He saw it too. The shadow wasn't a glitch. We're back home now. Every camera is covered in duct tape. Every single one. But I can't unplug them. They're still running, still recording. Just darkness. I know what I saw. Something non-human used the camera to watch my daughter and then stepped out of the dark. And every night I stare at that empty corner, wondering if it's still there, just outside my vision.